Welcome to my next video while I'm out on the road. In this video, I'm going to talk about a very powerful way where you can begin to transform your mind and body to be more in alignment with true manifestations. Now, this very powerful technique that was taught by Neville Goddard for years was, prior to going to sleep at night, the feelings that we embody along with what we place our imagination on is what creates reality. And when you deeply focus on what you are looking to manifest, the type of life you are looking to live, the relationship that would make you feel great love, the change in character, you embody that feeling. And as you're imagining the thought attached to the feeling for what you want to come true, you actually place yourself in the picture you are envisioning, as if you are in that imagination, as if it is reality within your own mind, because we are the creators of our own reality. And when you start to live on a level of consciousness that is in alignment with the character you are creating, then the universe will have no choice but to match that level of consciousness that you believe to be true. And this is not something that you act, think, and feel for an hour before going to bed and then have it be a strong influence on the way we dream, wake up the next day, and then go back to the old. This is a change in character that we learn to live as our natural being in the state of I am, which is allowing the true power of the divine to flow through you and power your every day-to-day move and decision and the way that you look at life. Because as humans that are working on manifestation, that are working on self-development, working on ourselves to bring these things to life, the most common mistake is that we place conditions on these manifestations. And when there is a condition placed, you've gone back to living in the old. The condition comes from not having said thing, not having said career, not having said amount of money. But when you are truly living as the person that is the most successful version of yourself, with all of the money that you picture coming in, you don't have to affirm 1,000 times a day that you are that person, because you naturally are it. In that state of consciousness, you are projecting to people, to God, to the universal intelligence. That is where I talk about being in the correct line of time in past videos. You step into the line of time. That is the most creative you. That is the most divine you. And with that law of assumption, you are now mentally rehearsing who you're going to begin to start to act, think, and feel as. This person doesn't just dress the same way as you. This person doesn't talk, act, and react to people in the same way as you. You need to transcend every single part of yourself and leave the old behind. Because if you look at your current life situation, everything that has come manifest and is true for you right now comes from the state of consciousness you have been living in and the belief system. And when you begin to do the inner work on yourself, as per the Goddard teachings, as per my teachings on the channel, these things are not brought manifest immediately. Because what is manifest in the current present life comes from the old way of thinking. And there's a time period. There is a being resilient. There is a doing it with trust that is involved here. And when the state of consciousness is no longer dependent on result, treatment from others, opportunities to come in at certain times, the universe will grant them to you when you don't expect them anymore. Because your belief system has changed. The way you operate every day has changed. What you need to come in by a particular time has changed. Because your state of consciousness is living with the joy and the gratitude that the things we imagine we want to bring manifest have already happened. We are living with it in the present moment. And if you imagine the night before that you have a check in your hand for $90,000, that night, whatever amount of money, envision yourself with a check in hand for that amount of money you're going to make next year. Make this a goal for 2025. Envision yourself with that check in hand and put the amount of money you'd like to see yourself. Put yourself in that vision. Put yourself in that imagination, that dream. And notice how everything feels towards you in that environment. The smells, the feel of that check in your fingers, the thought of you going to the bank to cash that check, the thought of you doing your income tax for the year to admit to the government the amount of money you made that year, and envision that figure. For yourself, that will come true if you truly start to act every day, feel every day as that person. Write down when you are writing, the way your handwriting will change. You will write with a lot more clear writing. There's no rush. There's no scribbling. The way that you treat your friends will change. There's no longer an expectancy. There's no longer an attitude that is attached to the past. The way you dress will change. The way you act out in public will change. The way people treat you because you are being this way, the I am, has changed. So the way the outer world and the public treat you in return will be in coherence with the level of consciousness you have chosen to live in. And when you continue to live your life this way, that's where the magic happens. We are the creators of our own reality. It's all within here. It's having a better relationship with the up here. But the thing you need to trust the most is the right here, the heart. And the heart will speak to you what it is you truly want to go in, truly want to bring in, truly want to trust in. And you allow God's energy and the divine energy to help each one of those decisions. And you won't have to work harder. You think you have to do more to achieve this success? But the more that we pour ourselves in it, the more we are abandoning ourselves in this state of peace. This state of peace and love, confidence. And when I talk about the confidence in the way we act in public, there's always an expectancy there, a result. It's natural for humans to want to be treated a certain way in return for the way they are behaving. But remember the way that you've been before you watched this video, or many years before this, what the attachments were, what you were believing to be true for your self-concept, your ideology, and everything you believe to be true for your level of consciousness is the way you are living right now. The only way to do it and to bring manifest to this new life, to the abundance that is going to come in, because the line of time and the frequency, the energy around your body will change. And that energy will project to people. It will project to that frequency in the quantum field, the correct frequency, like a radio frequency. This level of consciousness, this level of character I'm helping you build on the channel, you start to develop it with imagination. And if people judge you when you talk of imagination, it has no effect on you how other people feel. You get on this level simply by thought and feeling alone, and your willingness and the courage to continue to do it. And remember, these things are not brought manifest immediately. These things are brought manifest by changing the energy. Everything has to do with energy. You guys see when I make the videos with my whiteboard, I'm showing you the energetic field around each human body and what it means to attract or to repel away from us. And everything that you would like to attract to come in, your life needs to change. In the moments you're sitting at home, dependent on social media, the television, and the computer, outer stimuli, that is time you are taking away from working on being in the correct level of consciousness. Because the level of consciousness you choose to be in is the level of consciousness that God in the universe will reflect back to you in the form of those manifestations coming to life. And in this process, the self-concept, the way you view yourself, will be on a higher level, to that of the most confident, attractive human being possible, that is capable of achieving limitless things in the form of abundance or a business. Just look at a business, for example. When you place conditions on the business you are trying to attract new clients for, the state of consciousness you are in is that you want, you are in need. But when you switch the level of consciousness to the joy and the gratitude for the amount of clients you already have, and in place focus and love on what you currently have, and continue to live your life in a very relaxed state of being and loving. And what will be reflected back to you is what you believe to be true. Because we are the rulers of our mind. We are the rulers of what will become true. We are in alignment with the divine energy and God's energy as His sons, as His children. This life is true for you as it has been true for me. And I appreciate your support on the channel. So practice these manifestation techniques beginning tonight. And I will attach at the end of this video a very powerful video I made about trusting in the universe. You can watch that right